and thank you for being with us. Broadcasting live from Chiapas, Mexico, I'm Ana Acevedo. It's 9:30 a.m. Mexican time. Let's start with Chiapas news. The governor of the state of Chiapas, Eduardo Ramírez Aguilar, led the inauguration of a new drinking water system in a community of Yeton alongside the delivery of benefits from the A Paso Firme program. This initiative includes the distribution of school shoes to girls and boys from this community, as well as students from 12 additional educational centers in the municipality of Adalba. During the event, the governor emphasized that access to drinking water is a fundamental human right, which is why the constitution of an infrastructure network was promoted to ensure a reliable supply of water to households. The project record an investment of more than 9.9 million pesos and will directly benefit over 400 residents. Additionally, the launch of educational project was announced with an extra investment exceeding 7 million pesos and improving school infrastructure across the region. Through this action, the state government seeks to optimize public resources and strengthen the well-being of families in Chiapas, ensuring access to basic services while also supporting education for children and young students.
En la comunidad de Yetón, acompañado de nuestra presidenta, de nuestro amigo Lucio, de otras autoridades aquí del ejido, de la secretaria de Infraestructura. Y una de las cosas que más disfruto de mi trabajo, de mi acercamiento con el pueblo, es resolver los problemas del agua. Hoy en esta comunidad está teniendo un resultado excepcional porque gracias a la Madre Tierra pudimos encontrar este vital líquido y hoy las mujeres, las familias dejarán de estar yendo a traer el agua cargada y esto estará llegando a su domicilio. ¡Bravo! Cada vez que abran el agua, la llave del agua, se van a acordar de mí. Así es, de todos nosotros. Muchas gracias, gobernador. Gracias. Felicidades, bendita agua. Bendita agua.
Es pura, viene del manantial.
Eduardo Ramírez, gobernador, la nueva era.
The governor of Chiapas, Eduardo Ramírez Aguilar, announced the start of mixed pavement work on the road connecting Aldama with La Rainsar, San Pedro Cotzinam, and Chuchen. During this visit to the region, the governor expressed satisfaction in addressing community needs directly, highlighting that his administration has the obligation to improve living conditions in historically neglected areas. The project is expected to benefit more than 9,000 residents who will gain access to a safer and more efficient transportation route. This infrastructure will not only improve the movement of people and goods, but also contribute to strengthening the local economy and promoting social development through the area. The governor stressed that visiting each community allows authorities to understand citizens' demand firsthand and respond with concrete action. With this paving up project, the goal is to ensure better mobility opportunities and long-term growth for families in Aldama and surrounding localities, reaffirming the state administration commitment to public welfare. And continue with more news. The Office of the Attorney General of the State of Chiapas, through the Frailesca District Prosecutor's Office, carried out an interinstitutional inspection operation at bars and cantinas in the municipality of El Parral. The objective was to guarantee public order, safety, and compliance with current regulation in this establishment. Coordination with the State Preventive Guard, the State Preventive Traffic Guard, and municipal police, authorities conduct thorough inspection of paroles across 11 businesses, where 3 blunt weapons, specifically machetes, were seized. Officers also carried out community patrols in the neighborhoods of Centro, Brasilito, Reforma, Santísimo, Santa Cecilia, and Virgen de Guadalupe, aiming to strengthen institutional presence and build public trust. The Attorney General Office highlighted that these actions are part of permanent operation implemented through the Frailesca region. This effort reaffirms the commitment to coordinate work along 3 levels of government to ensure public safety and protect public health, contributing to a safer environment for families in Chiapas. As part of the work policy promoted by Governor of Chiapas, Eduardo Ramírez Aguilar, the State Commission for Water and Sanitation, known as SEA, led by Karina Montesinos Cárdenas, conduct supervision work at community facilities housing rainwater harvesting system in the localities of Tabijulcum and Ico within the municipality of Aldama. The inspection was carried out by the Director of Integrated Watershed Management and Water Culture with the purpose of verifying the proper operation in the system and ensuring that communities have efficient infrastructure for the sustainable use of water resources. These actions are part of ongoing efforts to strengthen water conservation awareness and promote responsible water use for the benefit of families in Chiapas. Through this work, authorities aim to consolidate a comprehensive strategy focused on water preservation, ensuring that rural communities have practical and sustainable solutions to address challenges related to access to this vital resource. And Carlos Morales Vázquez, head of the National Forestry Commission, known as CONAFOR in Chiapas, reported that working meeting has held at the State Representative Office to validate and oversee the project schedule and the goals established for this year. During the meeting, special emphasis was placed on the construction and rehabilitation of fire breaks, which are considered strategic action to prevent, combat, and reduce forest fire affecting the state. These measures are essential to protecting biodiversity and ensuring the safety of communities located near forest areas. The CONAFOR official highlighted that its continuous and coordinated work reflects the institutional commitment to protect and territory and strengthening ecosystem conservation. Through this action, authorities seek to consolidate a forestry policy focused on prevention and environmental preservation, ensuring that Chiapas' natural resources remain balanced and available for future generations. Local Congresswoman Marcela Castillo reported that the Congress of the State of Chiapas held an extraordinary session in which several highly significant reforms were approved across different areas. Among the most notable development was the constitutional recognition of the Acateco people, representing an important step forward inclusion and respect for state cultural diversity. During this session, lawmakers also approved adjustments for laws related to forestry development, economic training, and public administration. The reform aims to improve the legal framework and better respond to the current needs of Chiapas society. The legislature emphasized that keeping the public informed about our parliamentary work is a fundamental responsibility, as decisions made in Congress directly impact public life across the state. Through this reform, lawmakers seek to consolidate a stronger and more equitable legal framework that contributes to the comprehensive development of Chiapas and the well-being of these communities. And continue with more news. Let's do the Peninsula section. Federal Representative for Yucatan and Chairwoman of the Citizen Security Commission, Jessica Seiden Quiroz, reported the conclusion of Morena's foreign parliamentary meeting, an event attended by several high-level federal officials. Among these present were the Secretary of the Interior, Rosa Isela Rodríguez Velázquez, Juan Ramón de la Fuentes, representing the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who confirmed the continuation of support for oil shipment to Cuba, and Marcelo Ebrard from the Ministry of Economy. Also in attendance were Marat Bolaños from the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare, along with representatives from the Ministry of Tourism. The Congresswoman noted that the arrival of Morena's national president, Luis Alcalde, was still expected to formally close the plenary session. Through this meeting, agreements were considered and coordination between party representatives and federal authorities was strengthened for its dialogue aimed to advancing strategic issues for the country's public life.
Pues bueno, estamos prácticamente terminando aquí varias comparecencias en la plenaria del Grupo Parlamentario Morena. Iniciamos con nuestra amiga Rosa Isela. Posteriormente tuvimos a Juan Ramón de la Fuente, que por cierto dio un gran anuncio, donde pues efectivamente responde, ¿verdad?, a la duda que tenían muchos, sobre todo la oposición, si México va a continuar con el apoyo humanitario y de petróleo a Cuba, que pues bueno, acaba de confirmarse que sí, así va a ser, porque nunca antes México ha dejado solo o sin apoyo a algún país amigo, y sobre todo tratándose de apoyo humanitario. Bueno, son 53 consulados en Estados Unidos también que van a reforzar su atención y cuidado, supervisión migratorios, así que estuvo pues muy buena la información que dio ante los diputados y diputadas federales Juan Ramón de la Fuente. Posteriormente llegó Marcelo Ebrard. Ahorita concluimos con Marat Bolaños, secretario del Trabajo. Y bueno, pues ha sido una mañana de trabajo intensa aquí en Cámara de Diputados con la presentación de estos secretarios que, pues bueno, en su conjunto pues refuerzan los trabajos que también como Poder Legislativo vamos a estar realizando en este periodo que estamos dando inicio el día de mañana, 1 de febrero, así que no ha terminado. Viene Estela Damián, consejera jurídica, y posteriormente cerramos con broche de oro con la presidenta de Morena, Luisa María Alcalde, así que no se vayan, estén pendientes de las redes porque está de lujo esta parlamentaria de Morena.
Continue with more headlines. Senator from Yucatan and Vice President from the Senate's Executive Board, Jorge Carlos Ramírez Marín, introduced an initiative to reform the federal law for makers. Let's go to a break.
ContraPeso Noticias.
El lado honesto de la noticia.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Síguenos en todas nuestras redes sociales.
Somos ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Somos ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
La chula sigue ContraPeso Noticias.
El viento sopla historias de madrugada.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Con voces de pueblo y su corazón. Aquí en Chiapas traen la verdad. Relevantes historias, pura claridad. Las voces calladas.
And continue. Senator from Yucatan and Vice President from the Senate's Executive Board, Jorge Carlos Ramírez Marín, introduced an initiative to reform the federal law for state workers. The proposal seeks to legally recognize temporarily held care workers with ISSSTE and guarantee basic rights such as Social Security coverage, seniority, and paid vacation. The lawmaker explained that during the COVID-19 health emergency, thousands of doctors, nurses, stretcher bearers, and administrative staff worked as temporary substitute to cover the system and keep critical areas operational, without therefore translating into labor rights. He noted that this issue raised by student workers in Yucatan reflects a nationwide problem resulting from a legal gap affecting between 18,000 and 25,000 people. The proposal includes adding Articles 12b, 12ter, and 34Ps to the law, establishing a minimum set for rights such as ISSSTE enrollment after 15 days work in a month, proportional senior recognition, access to medical and parental leave, and a maximum period of 24 months to regularize employment status. Ramírez Marín stressed that the reform aims to correct the labor injustice and strengthen ISSSTE by reducing turnover and retaining trained personnel. A note to Yucatan government. The governor of the state of Yucatan, Joaquín Guacho Díaz Mena, led the launch of a constitution of a covered spot dome at Technical Secondary School number 51 and the Telebachillerato campus in the community of Suma de Hidalgo. The project aims to improve educational spaces and provide students with safer and more functional facilities for academic activities. During the event, the governor also announced the donation of 3 hectares of state-owned land from the construction of more than 50 fully equipped homes. These initiatives seek to strengthen family well-being and contribute to the orderly growth of the community. Through this action, the Yucatan state government reaffirmed its commitment to addressing priority needs by promoting both educational infrastructure and addressing to dignified housing, representing a significant step toward improving quality of life and social development in the region. And the Attorney General's Office of the State of Quintana Roo, through the investigation police and in coordination with the institutional group, carried out 9 search warrants across several municipalities, resulting in the arrest of 4 individuals for their alleged involvement in drug-related crimes. Operations were conducted in Benito Juárez, Otope Blanco, Cozumel, Tulum, and Lázaro Cárdenas, where suspect narcotics were also seized. In the irregular settlement known as La Comarca, in Benito Juárez, offices located dry plants material, simple marijuana, and white powder similar to cocaine, arresting Dante and Emmanuel N. Similarly, in the locality of Xulha, within the municipality of Otope Blanco, green and dry plant material was seized along with a solid substance symbol cocaine. Nearly, Samuel and Oscar Amilcar N. were detained with allergic carried narcotic. The operation involved personnel from the Ministry of National Defense, the National Guard, the Navy, and the state of municipality authorities as part of a comprehensive strategy to dismantle criminal structure and advance peace-building efforts in the state. We send a warm greeting to all the radio stations that rebroadcast our signal across the region. 101.5, La Multicultural, La Voz del Pueblo, Radio Flores Magón, on 88.9, Play Hits 93.9 in San Cristóbal de las Casas, Radio Morena 88.9 in El Parral, from Tuxtla, Voz de Alerta 106.1, in Salto de Agua 89.1, from Villa Comatitlán, La Comatitleca 98.1, La Pegadora 95.7, Radio Canoas, Radio Esmeralda, La Pichanchera, La Mera Mera, La Cultural Radio, and in Ocoso Cuautla through La Pegadora 95.7 and Radio Conexión, and as well as Radio Migrante. Ready for adventure? If you're looking for quality, trust, and the best replacement part for your ATV or side-by-side, Outdoors is your destination. Parts and accessories to keep you moving, featuring leading brands such as Polaris and Can-Am for models like Razor, Maverick, Rangers, Defenders, and more. Outdoors, where adrenaline meets quality. Contact them at 938-2124-8046 and discover why they are the best choice to keep your vehicle performing at its best. Grow your business with us and reach a broad, engaged audience. At ContraPeso Noticias, we deliver relevant, high-quality information and provide a unique platform for your business, product, or service to reach thousands of people. Our diverse audience closely follow the most important news, guaranteeing meaningful exposure. Advertising with us offer reach, credibility, trust, and direct impact with customers who are genuinely interested in what you offer. We adapt to your needs with flexible and vegetable packages designed to maximize your marketplace. Don't miss the opportunity to connect with more clients and strengthen your brand. Contact us today at 981-829-0201 and discover how we can help your business grow. Stay with us. We'll be back after the break.
ContraPeso Noticias.
El lado honesto de la noticia.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Síguenos en todas nuestras redes sociales.
Somos ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Hasta Tuxtla.
Somos ContraPeso Noticias.
En la tierra del jaguar.
La chula sigue ContraPeso Noticias.
El viento sopla historias de madrugada.
ContraPeso Noticias.
Con voces de pueblo y su corazón. Aquí en Chiapas traen la verdad. Relevantes historias, pura claridad. Las voces calladas aquí tienen lugar.
ContraPeso Noticias, el sistema informativo de la Asociación de Radio, Televisión y Medios Digitales.
El Instituto Hispano te ofrece nuevas licenciaturas y maestrías. Licenciatura en Pedagogía, Criminología y Criminalística, Derecho y Litigación, Maestría en Planeación Financiera y Fiscal, Ciencia de la Educación y Educación Especial, en plan cuatrimestral y modalidad mixta. Contamos además con las mejores instalaciones y el mejor equipo académico para tu futuro. Tenemos la mejor opción para ti. Inscripciones abiertas. Comunícate al 961 64 15 41 y 96125265507.
Instituto Hispano Jaime Sabines, formando valores para toda la vida.
Muebles. El mejor precio, servicio y calidad es nuestro distintivo. Cotice hoy mismo al 961-2127-068. Por WhatsApp al 961-279-4168.
En este noticiero que sabe escuchar, desde la sierra llega el clamor, se alza la noticia como un tambor. Montañas y ríos saben murmurar que lo importante aquí viene a informar.
Ya conoces al Teletón. Tal vez has visitado alguno de nuestros 27 centros. O conoces a alguien a quien le cambió la vida con sus terapias. Quizás conozcas el Hospital Infantil Teletón de Oncología o alguna familia que encontró esperanza en este lugar. Nos conoces en cada espacio que ha cambiado para ser más accesible para todos. Contigo hemos logrado cambiar historias, deportes e incluso la manera en la que hablamos.
And we're back with national news. Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum rejects statement made by her U.S. counterpart, Donald Trump, who claimed that he personally asked her to call Mexican oil shipment to Cuba and that she had complained. During a war in Guaymas, Sonora, the president clarified that the issues was never discussed directly with the U.S. president and that the only related conversation took place between Foreign Affairs Secretary Juan Ramón de la Fuente and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Sheinbaum emphasized that her administration is pursuing all diplomatic avenues to ensure full shipment to the island, despite a tariff imposed by Washington. After inaugurating the Sonora Underwater Museum, she stated that the objective is to support the Cuban people and prevent a humanitarian crisis, stressing that this is not an issue of government, but of solidarity. She announced that humanitarian aid consisting of food and essential supplies will be sent this week through the Navy, while diplomatic measures related to the oil shipment are addressed. The president also announced that tomorrow she will inaugurate the Santa Fe Observatory rail segment in Mexico City, completing the Toluca Mexico City train project, where the People's Morning Brief will also take place. When asked about the designation of Adán Augusto from Morena Senate leadership, Sheinbaum declined the comment. Finally, she recognized Governor Alfonso Durazo progress under the Sonora Sustainable Energy Plan and a strategy project in the port of Guaymas, including the qualifying natural gas terminal and port modernization. This Sunday, Adán Augusto López Hernández announced his resignation as coordinator of Morena parliamentary group in the Senate, a decision that also involves stepping down as president of the Political Coordination Board, known as PUCOPO. In this place, lawmakers select Senator Ignacio Mier, who will assume both roles with the backing of the caucus. During a press conference, López Hernández explained that his departure responds to the need to focus on the party's political efforts ahead of the 2027 election. The former governor of Tabasco clarified that he will remain in the Senate without requesting a leave of absence, emphasizing that his priority will be traveling nationwide to strengthen the movement, secure a qualifying majority in both chambers, and with upcoming gubernatorial races. He recalled his experience as a political operator since the 2006 presidential campaign and stated that he has the support of the National Palace for this new phase. He also ruled out seeking a diplomatic post and described Ignacio Mier as the most qualified to lead the legislative agenda due to his extensive parliamentary experience. For his part, Mier committed to advance President Claudia Sheinbaum's agenda, particularly electoral reform and maintainable unity with allied parties, including the Green Party and the Labour Party. He also knows that the Senate will debate key initiatives related to security, migration, the environment, labor, and the economy. The transition occurs amid controversial surrounding former Tabasco Security Secretary Hernán Bermúdez. In the early hour of Saturday morning, Maria Eugenia and her daughter Sheila Amezcua, and cousin of Mexico Secretary of Public Education Mario Delgado, were shot and killed inside their home in the Placetas Estadio neighborhood in the city of Colima. The attack occurred around 4:30 a.m. when armed men entered their residence and fired multiple shots at one woman who died at the scene. The victims were also relatives of Green Party federal lawmaker Felipe Delgado and operated a small home-based business selling cakes and prepared food. Following the crime, federal and state forces respond to the area, while the Colimas State Attorney General's office opened an investigation under the femicide protocol with a gender perspective. Mario Delgado confirmed the killings through a social media message, expressing shock and honoring his aunt's life dedicated to work and traditional cooking. Hours later, authorities report a confrontation in the Punta Diamante neighborhood of the municipality of Villa de Álvarez, allegedly linked to the case. The state coordination brought for peace and security report that 3 suspect criminals were killed after opening fire on a law enforcement office who had identified as the vehicle used in the attack through C5 surveillance camera. To confirm, although authorities report the individual's condition as stable. Funeral services for Maria Eugenia and Sheila Amezcua were held this Sunday, February 1st in Colima. At nearly 8 years after the cancellation of the New Mexico City International Airport, known as NAIM, aviation specialists agreed on the need to reconsider its construction in Texcoco in order to operate a single major air terminal in the Valley of Mexico. During the forum titled Outlook, the Valley of Mexico Airport System Today, organized by the Espinosa Iglesias Study Center, pilots, engineers, and air traffic control experts state that the current system composed of the Mexico City International Airport, the Felipe Angeles International Airport, and Toluca Airport has failed to increase passenger flow across the region. Jesus Ramirez, former Secretary General of the Airline Pilots Union, said that there is no other option but to resume and build an airport in the area identified by technical students over the past 4 years. He recalled that former President Andrés Manuel expected demand for air travel. Currently, the Mexico City International Airport handles approximately 44.5 million passengers, below the 50.53 million record prior to the pandemic. Meanwhile, the Felipe Angeles International Airport serves around 7 million passengers, while Toluca Airport has no regained momentum to reach its minimum capacity of 8 million. Air traffic controllers Maria Larriba warned that airspace saturation requires a single terminal to facilitate management, while Jose Alfredo, Secretary General of the National Air Traffic Controllers Union, stated that the restricted allowing simultaneous operation at both major airports has complicated safely and increased operational incidents. Recurring concerns Mexico about flooding risk in Texcoco. Hydraulic engineer Luis Francisco Robledo explained that the original project includes technical solutions such as regulation lagoons and pumping system similar to those already operating at the Mexico City airport, ruling out flow vulnerability. And now let's go to international airports news and finally today's last update. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned as an act of terrorism a Russian drone attack on a civilian train in the 5 people dead and several others injured. The incident occurred Tuesday as nearly 300 passengers were traveling toward Berkinkov near the frontier areas bordering the Donetsk region. Emergency crews described the scene of devastation with human remains scattered among burned rail cars, making it difficult to extremely confirm the exact number of victims. Ukraine's National Railway Operation reported that 2 people were injured and 1 passenger remains missing. As a single morning, flags will lower at the Wheel Train Station nationwide. Mr. Oleksiy Kuleva stated that drones took the front locomotive and a passenger car. Government-released videos showed the train filmed in a smoke and flames as passengers, including young children, evacuated into snow-covered forest area carrying their alongside. One of the most emotional images shows a young woman rescued with her baby, who through tears said she was traveling to show my son to his father, the station to the front. The attack underscored the vulnerability of railway routes linking western Ukraine with the combat zone in the east. From Ukraine, trains remain a vital lifeline between civilian and deployed soldiers, making the strike both a symbolic and strategic blow. International leaders have repeatedly condemned Russian use for drones against civilian targets, while Kiev insists such attacks are intended to spread fear and break civilian morale. And that wraps our international coverage for today. Thank you for staying with us here on Contrapeso Noticias. We appreciate your trust and your time. Commitment to the truth. Have a great day. Stay informed, and we look forward in seeing you again in our next program. Remember, this is Contrapeso Noticias.